Humor me for a moment, Normal. And then we'll get right back to it. Your find was timely, indeed. I remember it was mentioned sort of famously on Bernie Miller.
Dan, this is William Klein, who's wrecking an office. I just wanted to meet them face to face. I wanted them to admit what they were doing. Where's they? He was in the office of the Trilateral Commission. Yeah, the Trilateral Commission.
All right, what is the Trilateral Commission?
An organization founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller to bring together business and political leaders from the United States, Europe, Japan, so they could work together for better economic and political cooperation between their nations.
That's what they'd like us to believe. But you see, what they're really up to is a scheme to plant their own loyal members in positions of power in this country.
And that's it, right? That is it in a nutshell. I'd forgotten about that piece, and I'll put a link in because I did forget to kind of bring up the page, and I'm sure that it's in that video that has the members of the Trilateral Commission listed on their own, Trilateral website or whatever. And of course, Henry Kissinger was up front and center, one of Rockefeller's babies. But here also a more maybe unknown trilateralist, Daniel J. Evans, and he just passed away in 2024, which we're still in, September 20th, my goodness. So he was in his 90s, and his claim to fame is, and here we have it, on this day in 1967, our trilateralist, Dan Evans, also a governor of the state of Washington. So as that man said, they were installing their people. And he was a moderate Republican. He just slipped in and then put forth on this day, here he is signing it, what happened on this day in 1967. What a year, huh? I think we were living in LA. It was crazy. The Evergreen State College. He was the one who signed that Sasquatchy, wild and crazy, postmodern, gooey duck, obscene. He was the one who brought it into being. So it is a trilateralist dream. Sorry, I'm being funny with my words today. But here is where we get even weirder. We've got the New York Times popped up. So this was something that just popped up today. It's an old New York Times archive, but I'd never seen it before. I just kind of was doing a little bit of browsing, and this article, which they very much with compassion wrote out, because it's rather hard to read, although it's fun to look at the old ads. An employee of Governor Daniel J. Evans' re-election committee said today he being Ted Bundy, Theodore Bundy, now a special assistant to Washington's Republican chairman, Ross Davis, said in an interview, and this is really weird what happened in this interview. In this interview, Ross Davis said that he had a connection with the Evans campaign, was kept secret during the campaign while he traveled. He stated early in the campaign as an unsalaried volunteer, and he was later given a nominal salary for expenses. His role was to follow Mr. Rossellini, that was the opposition candidate, on the campaign trail. He was a spy. He acted like he was one of them, and he was a spy. And why I found that to be so important was because I remember a Vietnam vet, Doc, I know, who went to the school when it opened, or pretty close to back then. He was one of the originals. And he said that Ted Bundy had been hired by Dan Evans, who had his fingers deep in the Evergreen pie. He was the president of the college after he was governor. There was first a man named Charles McCann, but Dan Evans also had hired. I don't have written proof of that, but now I finally at least found in the New York Times archives proof that he was hired as a spy to follow Rossellini. And it's weird, you know, here a trilateralist, you know, I'm sure he didn't know, and yet it's weird, like psychologically, or should I not say I didn't know? I should just put out the facts. This was the spy. This was the spy. And here we have this archival New York Times, hot off the press. Hot off the press. So, just kind of like food for thought.
Erase national boundaries, create an international community, and in time bring about one world government with David Rockefeller calling the shots. Take it they're pressing charges? Yeah, well, I broke the law, and they're in it too. Okay, Mr.
I'll leave a link below so you can see. I think this was one of the few times the Trilateral Commission was mentioned on television. I think I have to start watching old TV again. It was found completely by accident. Much love to everyone. Have a beautiful, blessed, amazing day. I miss you all. Hello, England. Hello, Spain. Hello, Australia. Hello, Kentucky. Hello, Kansas. Oh my God, I hope I'm not. Hello, everyone.